What is up, everyone? My name is Jack Southall, back again with another video, and today I'm here finally with a Monday Night Raw review for June the 13th, 2016. This is the go-home show to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, a pay-per-view that WWE has described as almost a WrestleMania feel, which I kind of understand, but I know I haven't reviewed the last two episodes of Raw because I didn't think they were that interesting, so I reviewed NXT instead. So yeah, I thought, I better review this Raw since this is the go-home show, and yeah, quite a few things did happen on this show, so I thought I'd talk about them. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the show. So we opened up with the New Day coming out, and so Kofi Kingston, he's wearing like some weird ass shoes, like some white shoes, and Kofi calls his shoes fire, adding "I'm a shoe guy" and all that, and pretty much everyone makes fun of him for it, which was pretty funny. And then the Enzo and Big Cass came out, which was also pretty awesome, and so I was kind of a bit happy about that. It's like, oh, we're going to get an Enzo and Cass New Day promo, and Enzo and Cass roasted Kofi on his shoes he was wearing, which is pretty funny. And they say that Kofi is having a Jerry Seinfeld joints on right now, and pretty much Cass and Enzo said they're talking about Francesca and how they pretty much cheated on Xavier. And then Xavier says, "I'm the only one who blows my girl." So, yeah, talk about a non-PG kind of segment there. And then, so we're thinking, oh, they're going to square off verbally. And then, of course, the Vaudevillains, being the party poopers that they are, had to interrupt. And they were talking about how they were acting like children. And then Aiden English started to turn into his old NXT gimmick and start singing for some reason. But then the club interrupts, tells everyone to shut up, and then Gallows says he's the only team that's going to be holding up the championship this Sunday, and winning it will be as easy as scoring a touchdown on New Orleans Saints. So yeah, we've got some cheap heat. That always gets it going. Big Cass has a soft chant, SAWFT, soft. And then we find out there's going to be an 8-man tag team match between the New Day, Enzo and Big Cass versus the Club and Vaudevillains. So, yeah, weirdly enough, AJ Styles wasn't there with the Club. Maybe they just had to do some stuff on their own, fair enough. Anyway, the Club and the Vaudevillains ended up getting the win, although the New Day tried their hardest to win. Yeah, decent enough 8-man tag, nothing really special here, but all four of these teams are absolutely great. New Day are just so fun to watch. Enzo and Cass also fun to watch, but they can get it done in the ring. Gallows and Anderson are just a kick-ass tag team. Vaudevillains, I think, could be really good. But yeah, I'm really excited for that match. So then we get another Make Darren Young Great Again segment. Seriously, is Darren Young even gonna fucking wrestle? How long have they had these bloody these segments for? Like, at least a month or two. Like, seriously. And also, throughout the night, we had a couple of packages about the history of the Shield, because on the Ambrose Asylum, he's going to interview Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. So then we get Stephanie on the phone and until Shane comes up, and they talk about him not being on Raw last week. And then Shane offers to run Raw, and Stephanie can take care of SmackDown. And so she says no, and Shane says, okay, we'll do it the other way. And then Stephanie says, no, I want both. And then out of the fucking blue, Corporate Kane decides to walk in, because why not? Because we all miss Corporate Kane. Oh, God, just keep wearing the mask, dude. And then he says, choosing the right person to run SmackDown when it goes live on July 19th is going to be me. Offers his resume, letter of recommendation from The Undertaker, which I thought was quite funny. And then Stephanie tells Shane to handle this. Now he's got some ideas to make SmackDown red hot. And then right after that, after that silly segment, we get to Zack Ryder talking to some guys. When Sheamus walks up, he talks a bunch of shit about him and his performance in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Sheamus then runs down Apollo Crews, pretty much calling him shit. And then, oh, hey, Apollo! Sheamus turns around and Crews isn't there. Ryder is gone. And Sheamus, he's pissed because he thought Apollo was going to come in. And then it was confirmed that those two guys are going to face off at Money in the Bank. Should be an okay match. Then we get another video package for the Shining Star. Here's one thing that also pisses me off as well. Shining Stars have just had one match. yet they already have no idea what to do with him. Just make him fight someone. Put him in a feud with the fucking Lucha Dragons. They're not doing anything right now. So why are you keeping them off television when you've just debuted them like a couple of weeks ago? I don't get that. Anyway, we have Titus O'Neil, getting ready for a match. He walks out, and then Rusev attacks him from behind, beats the crap out of him. He throws him into that little LED board that's above the stage there. Throws him into that, and he just walks back, holds the US title, and leaves. So, yeah, Rusev wanting to show, he's a dominant heel, and, Titus O'Neil getting the shit kicked out of him. I thought that was alright. Even though this match hasn't really had that much build-up. It's okay. It's nice to see someone new going after the United States title. I feel like there's a lot of potential for someone like Titus O'Neil, in my opinion, but anyway, yeah, good enough segment. Then we get to the Ambrose Asylum with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, and Ambrose says, "Back by popular demand, welcome to the Ambrose Asylum," and then he talks about the Money in the Bank feeling like WrestleMania. And pretty much that's what people have been saying the entire fucking night. And then Ambrose introduces the scum of the earth, according to him, Seth Rollins. And then Ambrose introduces Roman Reigns. Boo! From the entire audience. But we got a couple of cheers from some prepubescent girls. And this was a bit of a mess of a promo at the start, but it got okay during the end. And the fans started chanting "Party Pooper" at Seth Rollins. And he brings back, we used to have so many good times in the Shield, man. And Roman says, "Oh, why did you kill the Shield? It was so cool," and all that. And Seth's like, "You know what? Yeah, we've had some good times in the Shield. But you know what my favorite time was? When I hit you guys in the back with a chair." Just Rollins being right out savage. And Rollins admits Reigns earned his championship after him screwing him time in and time again. But he says, "One thing you haven't done is beat me yet," and that he says Reigns can't beat him, and he can accomplish everything on his own. But then Ambrose is like, "Wait, so J&J Security, Corporate Kane, and the Authority doesn't count." So Reigns then talks about Ambrose and having his back when they first got here and all that stuff. But then Ambrose says, "Wait, what if I actually win the Money in the Bank contract, and whether it's you or you, I can cash in on that same night and walk out world champion?" So I have a feeling Dean Ambrose is going to win the Money in the Bank ladder match. It would make the most sense because I really want to see a Shield triple threat match at SummerSlam. I think that would be the perfect main event. So then right afterwards, Rollins shoves Ambrose into Reigns, and Ambrose is like, "What the fuck?" Beats up Rollins, and then Reigns pushes Ambrose, Superman punch on Rollins. Ambrose hits Dirty Deeds on Reigns, and then he looks up at the briefcase, and I think it's a good thing that he's going to win. I do think the match between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns is going to be pretty awesome. However, I don't think this is going to be the last time those two guys square off. So then we get to Dean Ambrose walking around. Stephanie McMahon walks up to him, and Stephanie says, "You know what, you're going to be in a match against Chris Jericho later tonight, and that's going to be our main event." So then we see Charlotte taking on Paige. Natalya and Becky Lynch are on ringside for commentary because it was revealed that Charlotte is going to team up with Dana Brooke to take on Natalya and Becky Lynch in a tag team match at Money in the Bank. Fair enough match, I guess. They've kind of been feuding, these two, and maybe this can move on to Becky Lynch sometime down the line, or maybe like a fatal four-way match. Who knows? But anyway, Paige ended up getting the win here. I think after Charlotte might have gotten distracted or something. So because she hit the Rampage and all that. By the way, brutal sell of that Rampage. I don't know, something just looked off with the sell of the Rampage. And then right afterwards, Renee Young is interviewing Cesaro, talks about his match, and then Sami Zayn just interrupts, and Cesaro's like, "Well, that was a bit unprofessional of you, and you're acting like a bit of a child." And Zayn says, "You can't talk down to me like that," and that they are all equal. Cesaro says, "Look, buddy, I've been in the WWE for 4 years. You've only been here for 4 months. I don't care how long you've been on the independent scene. When you come here, you start all over." and that Zayn still has a lot to prove, and that sets up a match between them later on tonight. And then after Charlotte loses her match against Paige, she talks to Dana Brooke and apparently blames her for costing her the match. This keeps up her character of being, you know, just an absolute bitch, you know, blaming everyone for her problems pretty much, and that they have no room for failure. And then she tells Dana there are no more rooms for mistakes, especially before Sunday at Money in the Bank, and Dana's like, oh yeah, fine. So right after that, we have Zack Ryder taking on Sheamus. Kind of match. It was a match that happened. Sheamus ended up getting the win, but like right afterwards, Sheamus was pissed off, just beat up Ryder because he was still pretty upset about the backstage segment. And then Apollo Crews comes out, no smile on his face this time. He is not happy. He goes after Sheamus. Sheamus rolls out of the ring, and Apollo Crews stands tall. And yeah, pretty cool. I like how we're seeing that sort of anger in Apollo Crews. They're not just making him, oh, Mr. Smiley Happy Guy, unlike Roman Reigns. But, yeah, I'm very happy to see that Apollo Crews can show a bit of a dark side to him. And I feel like this match between Sheamus and Apollo Crews, which is going to be on the kickoff show now, should be pretty good and all that. So, then we get Kane talking to Shane McMahon when Kevin Owens decides to step in, and then Kevin asks if Stephanie's around. Shane's not sure where he is, and then Owens says doesn't like to talk behind people's back, and then points out Del Rio just showed up to the arena and pretty much trying to, you know, make him feel like a dick or whatever. And then Del Rio comes in and it's like, you know, just yells in Spanish, oh, come with this here, blah, 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 and all that. And then he accuses him of calling airport security for keeping him out of the airport for 5 hours. And he's talking Spanish at him. Owens talks back in French. And Kane's is just like, guys, calm down. I think you need like a team building exercise. So you two are going to team up against the Lucha Dragons tonight. But here's the thing. If the Lucha Dragons win, you guys get replaced in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So I kind of like that dynamic to see the tension between Del Rio and Owens. I know they're both heels, but I think it was a very smart idea to put them both together to see how they kind of react with each other as for teaming up. Then we get to Cesaro versus Sami Zayn. Very fun, quick match to watch. Sami Zayn got the win after he pulled off a crazy sunset flip on Cesaro. Yeah, really cool match. Cesaro and Zayn, just so good. Such a fantastic worker is Sami Zayn. By the way, I really like his new t-shirt. Really, really cool. Then we get to the AJ Styles and John Cena contract signing, which was very, very good, in my opinion. You know, very tense kind of promo between these two guys. By the way, I think Delexman called this out on Twitter. Why do they need to sign a contract? I don't know, reasons, because it's might as well be WrestleMania. They need to shut the fuck up about that. And then John Cena came out first, and you know, whatever reason, you know, the decision makers of WWE would tell Styles does not belong here, but I've always had great respect for Styles and PWG, Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, which he does actually mention, which I thought was really, really cool. Of course, he's not going to mention TNA because fuck that company. I can't think of TNA without that fucking Matt and Jeff Hardy promo. Brother Nero, I knew you can't. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Oh my god, I need to do a video on that. Anyway, so AJ Styles then comes out, and these guys have a very intense promo with each other. And so Cena brings up the whole thing, you know, let's go Cena, AJ Styles. And it's like, well, I know you'll be the captain of the bitch club. So that was a big oh shit moment right there. But AJ Styles, he kind of fired back a couple of times. And he's like, well, what Cena is doing here is because he thinks he can't beat him because he's 15-time world champion. Just runs down his accomplishments. And then Styles says, if I was here 15 years ago, you wouldn't have been a 15-time world champion. I would have been, and stuff like that. And you would have been on magazine covers and a crappy movie, doing the typical anti-Cena, you know, rundown that all of them do. And that Cena tells him to shut up. The club isn't full of bullets, it's full of bull. So yeah, I really like how Cena's promos have been incredible this week. And so Styles can get on a bullet train back to Japan because he left his balls over there. Seriously, Cena has been cutting some incredible promos lately. And then Styles says Cena will find out quick that he isn't like every other independent wrestler out there with his Kmart shopping ass, which was pretty funny. And then after Money in the Bank, maybe he'll get the message that his time is up, my time is now. You know, but just such a good promo. Cannot wait for these two to just go at it and have a fantastic match. I know AJ Styles will probably win and then Cena will win the other ones. But who gives a shit? Because I think like this match is going to be fucking incredible and a potential match of the year candidate in my opinion. So then we get Sami Zayn talking to Shane McMahon. We can't hear what's going on. So then we get to the Lucha Dragons versus Kevin Owens and Alberto Del Rio. And I really liked the tension between Del Rio and Kevin Owens. That happened throughout the match as they were trying to beat you know, the Lucha Dragons. There was one bit where Del Rio was on the outside and all that, and Kevin Owens is like, come on, what, I have to do all the work around here, and he just throws him into the ring, and he ends up, you know, tagging himself in, pop-up powerbomb, and they get the win. And just to make things better, in the Chris Jericho Dean Ambrose match, it was announced that that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will be special guest commentators, Del Rio will be the special guest timekeeper, and Cesaro will be the special guest ring announcer. So all of them get their own jobs for tonight. And then Shane and Stephanie then argue backstage about putting guest commentators out there. And then Corporate Kane comes out, and Stephanie pretty much buries Kane because we all know Stephanie loves to bury people. In my opinion, I think like Stephanie is the true burying queen. Everyone says, oh, Cena buries everyone. Seriously, this bitch can destroy a wrestler with a simple promo. And she says that Corporate Kane would be the worst choice to run SmackDown. And that Shane says Corporate Kane comes Demon Kane. And that's when he walks in. And all that. And then Kane asks, look, does it have anything to do with me hooking your testicles to a car battery? Which I cracked up when he mentioned that. I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome. If you guys don't remember, in 2003, they had a bit of a feud. And he put his testicles up. I wonder if they mentioned the time where Shane threw Kane into the fire. Who knows? But Kane's like, oh, whatever. Walks off. And then Shane says Kane didn't have what it takes to run SmackDown. But neither do you, Stephanie. They continue to co-run Raw, but Shane says he's running SmackDown. Stephanie's like, ugh, who cares? Then we get to the main event, Chris Jericho versus Dean Ambrose. Very, very good match. There was a lot of counters in it. They tried to do each other's finishes at one point. I think it was very, very cool. But during the match, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was on commentary. Fucking hell. Kevin Owens was cracking me up just the entire time, pretty much calling Michael Cole an idiot and just pretty much roasting the entire commentary team, which I just love to hear because, you know, just the commentary fucking sucks nowadays. It's so bad. So hearing someone just trash the commentary is awesome. So yeah, there was one bit in the match where all of them like kind of stare at each other, but they calm down afterwards. Ambrose ended up picking up the win after hitting Dirty Deeds. Then right after that, Kevin Owens comes in and just hits Ambrose. Then Sami Zayn runs in, and there's chaos everywhere. Everyone beats the shit out of each other. And then Sami Zayn does like a big leap off of the top rope. There's like a flip off there and takes out everyone except Jericho. He climbs up to the ladder, grabs the Money in the Bank briefcase, and yeah, so that's how we ended the show. I know everyone's thinking, oh, could Jericho win? They always do this before every Money in the Bank pay-per-view where they get the guy that they know is not going to win, hold the Money in the Bank briefcase. But it would be pretty interesting to see Chris Jericho hold that Money in the Bank. I mean, he did invent it, so it would kind of make sense for him to win. But I'm still behind the fact that Dean Ambrose should win so we can get that Shield triple threat, because that would be fucking incredible. Holy shit, this is a long commentary. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed. I thought Raw was very, very good this week. A lot better than the last 2 weeks. And yeah, I'm very excited for the Money in the Bank pay-per-views. Check out the predictions that are coming out sometime this week, and of course I will be up here for the review. But like I said before, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a big fat like. Comment down below what you thought of this episode of Raw, and are you excited for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view? And if you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button. You'll be glad you did. Twitter and Instagram's at JackieManLove31 if you want to check me out there. Also, check out my fellow Bullshit Club members, Mr. H TV and the 5/8. Go subscribe to them. Great guys, great YouTubers. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys later, and I'm out in 3, 2, 1.